Autumn, the time of year that Keats called the season of mists and mellow fruitfulness, a season known for its harvest times, changing leaf colour, cooling temperatures and darkening skies. Whilst happening every year, there are several amazing facts about this season that many people will not know. There are two different dates when autumn could be said to begin. The season, as defined by the Earth's orbit around the Sun, begins on the equinox, which falls on September 22nd or 23rd. However, to continue with climate data collection, it is important to have set dates that can be compared. So, meteorological autumn always begins in alignment with historical information from September 1st. One of the many stunning signs of autumn is the changing of the leaf colour. Shorter days signal to the trees that preparation for winter should begin. During winter there is insufficient light for effective photosynthesis, so as the days shorten throughout autumn, the trees begin to shut down their food production systems and reduce the amount of chlorophyll in their leaves. Given that it is the chemical chlorophyll that makes tree leaves green, as it reduces, the other chemicals become more prominent in the leaves. These are responsible for the beautiful and vibrant ambers, reds and yellows of autumn. The chemicals responsible are types of flavonoids, carotenoids and anthocyanins. Interestingly, some of these chemicals are from the same ones that give carrots and egg yolks their colours, and through beta-carotens and lutins. The word equinox is derived from the Latin equi, meaning equal, and nox, meaning night, which accounts for the equinox marking the time when day and night are of equal length. We often notice the nights begin to draw in from this point, as after the autumn equinox, where the nights are longer than the days, until this role is reversed as the spring equinox. As a rule, the autumn equinox always falls on either the 22nd or 23rd of September, but not quite always. Because the Gregorian calendar is not quite in perfect symmetry with the Earth's orbit, the autumn equinox will occasionally fall on September 24th. This last happened in 1931 and will next happen in 2303. The Journal of Aging Research published a study which found that babies born during the autumn months are more likely to live to 100 than those born during the rest of the year. Their study found that 30% of centenarians born during 1880 to 1895 in the United States were born in the autumn months. How about that? In Greek mythology, autumn began when Persephone was abducted by Hades to be the queen of the underworld. In distress, Persephone's mother, Demeter, the goddess of the harvest, caused all the crops on earth to die until her daughter was allowed to return, marking spring. We generally think of the term fall depicting the North American version of the word autumn, but it was in fact widely used in England until relatively recently. Originally a shortening of the phrase fall of the leaf, the phrase was common in England in the 17th century. The word autumn entered English from the French automne and didn't become commonly used until the 18th century. Well, we hope these few facts give you a different spin on the period many of us are currently experiencing, depending on where you are in the world, of course. Until next time, thank you for watching.